Hello everyone, welcome back. It's E20 Zone TV and I am back for another weekend of football betting odds. And before I start, I want everyone to gamble responsibly, safety, set your limits and don't gamble too much and spoil your weekend for others around you. So I'm here. Before I get started, I want to thank everyone who subscribed. If you're new around here, give it a subscribe. Give this video a like. It goes a long way. It helps me out greatly. And I really would appreciate it. So let me get into this video. And we are starting in the Premier League. Some good games this weekend. And the first game I am concentrating on the ticker box below here is Manchester City at home against Burnley. Sorry. I think it's a good game for City. I think they're flying at the minute, and I do believe that Manchester City will roll Burnley. I really do. I believe they're going to come out the traps, and they put 5 past them last year. I've got two good bets for this one. I've got plus 3 goals. City to score 3 goals in this match at 8-13, and I've got Manchester City to win 2-0. I believe City win this game. You can't go and back them to win this game outright at 1-10. So you might also go and have a bet at 8-11 and them to win 2-0. I can't see Burnley scoring. I really can't. And if City are on it, they should win comfortably. It really should. So you got 3 goals for Manchester City 8-13, which I can see the firepower of them scoring 3, and basically 8-11 for them to not concede a goal. Basically, I think they're both good value. I really do. The second bet on the Premier League that I've gone for is Brentford to score 1 goal against Chelsea. Basically, seeing Brentford last time out, I see a team who was very, very good and basically done a job very, very well. And Louis Ice Cream Man's turned up just in time. You know what I mean? Anyone want an ice cream? Anyway, Brentford. They scored a goal, 2 goals against us. They scored 3 against Liverpool. I think 4-6 is good value. I really do. I think basically if you fancy a punt on that, 1 goal for a team who's capable of scoring at any time, especially with Ivan Toney up front and Bermo, I think 4-6 is good value. So get on that one if you fancy Brentford to score 1 goal against Chelsea. Moving on to the Championship. And we have got Reading at 23-20. League One, we've got Ipswich 21-20, Oxford 17-20. Reading are at home against Barnsley. I think that's a great bet. I think Reading are unbeaten in 5, 2 draws or 3 draws and 2 wins, I believe, something like that. Reading always good punts at home, especially Barnsley, not the same team as they was last year. So if it was me, I'll go with Reading there. I'd fancy them to do the job against Barnsley. Ipswich 21-20. It's a tough game against Cambridge. That's a local derby. It's literally the A14 derby from one side to the other. And for me, I fancy Ipswich in this one. I think they're starting to turn a corner now. They're starting to pick up wins and play well. And they're pretty half decent away from home. So Ipswich, that's a bit of a risk bet for me. So I won't go and sort of put that in anything major, but it's a possibility Ipswich could turn up. Oxford, on the other hand, are a very, very good team at home, and they're 17-20 in this fixture against Plymouth. Very good team, Oxford. I rate them a lot. I like them. I like the way they play when they're at home. They're deadly, and they get the job done. And there's always goals in that game. So if you don't fancy that at 17-20, you don't fancy the punt at 17-20, get on over 1.5 goals or over 2.5 goals. I expect there'll be goals in that game. That game will not end 0-0. I'll be stunned. Literally, I'll come on here and I will say I'm sorry to everyone if that game ends 0-0. I can't see it because there being goals in that game. And 17-20 for a team at home who are pretty decent at home, I must admit, to a team travelling probably on the day from Plymouth all the way to Oxford. I think it's no brainer myself. But yeah, that's that for me. And finally, because there's not really a lot of action this weekend, we've got both teams to score bet. And we have Rotherham versus Portsmouth at 4-5. Lincoln versus Charlton at 8-11. Shrewsbury versus MK Dons at 4-6. We also have Crawley versus Sutton at 4-6, and we have Salford versus Hartlepool at 8-11. Now, let me start from the bottom and work my way back to the top. Salford versus Hartlepool at 11-10. Sorry, is the bet of the day for me. This is a great bet, honestly. How this is 11-10, I don't know. Hartlepool are flying, and Salford are going to be up for it, especially at home. I just see that, mate. 11-10's, I think, it's printing. If I'm honest, and I might even have a little little punt on this as a single. This game was not. I can't see it being under 1.5 goals, so that rules that out. Even though Hartlepool are in form and Salford ain't, Salford are still a decent side, and Hartlepool do have to travel. So 11-10 for me, it's my bet of the weekend, 100%. For both teams to score in that game. The next game, Crawley versus Sutton. Crawley are playing well at the minute, and Sutton are not bad away from home. But this is a sort of bet that I expect there to be goals in this game. Now, if this game ends to 0, then I think we're all cursed, if I'm honest. But I do like this bet in League Two. Both these teams have impressed me. I must admit, Sutton have. Sutton the other week with 1-0, 2-0, 3-0 down against Port Vale and come out and won the game 4-3. And they've got goals in their side wherever they go. So for me, from the way teams got goals in their side and they're playing against a team who's in form at home, then that just equals goals for me. Now, we'll have to be very unlucky if this game ends 0-0 or 1-0, something like that. So I like that one also. Obviously, going back into League One now, and we have Shrewsbury versus MK Dons at 4-6. I think this is the banker bet of both teams to score for the weekend for me also in League One. These two teams last year or the year before played each other, and I'll never forget it. I had MK Dons to win the game, and the game ended something like 4-3 to Shrewsbury. So MK Dons away from home are much better than they are at home. I don't know what happens really when they're away from home. They seem to get a bit flustered. But Shrewsbury on the other end, big crowd, it could happen. Do you know what I mean? So both teams score there for me on that one. Moving finally on to the last two before I wrap it up is Lincoln versus Charlton at 8-11. Lincoln are just not with it so far this season. Charlton was one of my tips to go in the top 6 this year, and they're so far off. It's unreal. I like this game. I like both teams scoring this one. I can't pick a winner in this game though. That's the thing. If I can't pick a winner, then both teams scores the bet for me. This is the weaker one out of all of them for me. Lincoln, I'll probably lean towards Lincoln to win the game, but Charlton are a sort of team who will turn up there and probably like nick a draw or something. Do you know what I mean? So I've gone for both teams scoring this one. I just see one thing there, and that's why I've picked it for my predictions. And finally, Rodron versus Portsmouth, two very very big teams in League One. Pompey under the Cowley brothers, doing okay. They had a great result against Sunderland the other week before international break, and I must admit they're doing all right, Pompey. I must admit, and I think under the Cowleys, wherever they go, they seem to score goals wherever they travel. So for me, I do like this bet. Rotherham on the other hand, very very good team for League One standard. I must admit, I've seen Rotherham a few times, and yeah, I just see goals here. Like it's another game that I can't seem to pick a winner. So I've gone for the both teams to score selection. So yeah, so that one, if I was to rate that one, I'd probably give that sort of like about 7 out of 10 for basically if I was to put that on my coupon, which I think is good value. You know what I mean? I really do. I do like Rotherham, and I think Portsmouth score goals wherever they go. home or away. So yeah, that is it from me. My bet of the weekend, I am going to go for both teams to score. Salford versus Hartlepool. I like that bet. I really do. I think 11-10 is mad, if I'm honest, for a game where Salford ain't playing the best, but they're going to have a home crowd. They're going to have a lot of. They're going to be up for it because Hartlepool are coming to town, and Hartlepool are flying at the minute. And it's going to be. I reckon that game could be a blockbuster. If I'm honest. So that is my bet of the day for the Saturday, 11-10. My double for the day is Man City. Like, not being funny, 8-13 for them to score 3, 8-11 for them to score to win to nil. I think the win to nil bet's a great bet. You ain't going to back them to win the match at 1-10, so just going to back them to win to nil. If they concede a goal, then that's criminal in itself. I think they've beat Burnley twice over the last 2 years, 5-0, 5-0. So you have to be incredibly unlucky if Burnley score a goal against Manchester City. When I think they're just going to sit out and try and defend it out. So that is it from me for the weekend. I will be back on Sunday. I will be doing a view from the pub at one point, and I will be doing probably a player rating shown with Mike Hatcher from West Ham Unofficial. So check that out. If you're new around here, give it a subscribe. If you like this video, give it a like. It goes a long way. It helps me out greatly. The more subscribers, the better. And the better my platform becomes. So hopefully I can see the dial going up from 126 up to 130 soon enough. Anyway, have a good weekend. Please gamble responsibly. Don't do anything silly. Yeah, don't. I do this for fun. I enjoy having a punt. But if you're having a bet, please bet responsibly. Don't be silly. Don't expect to. Don't only bet what you can afford to lose. Basically, do you know what I mean? That's me. So anyway, I'll be back soon. Take care and have a good weekend. And I will be back soon.